What's happening, YTBC? Now, the man Townbizz posted a very good, interesting question on his page. Check out his page, Townbizz. A really interesting question about who has the worst chin in boxing history, as he asked. Now, it's kind of tricky because boxing history is so vast and huge. I mean, I can only answer my thoughts as to who I think has the worst chin in my lifetime of watching boxing. And I'm just going to put on my list as Townbizz wanted us to put out, so I'm going to do my little list. First of all, I'm just going to have an honorable mention in my list. First of all, my honorable mention is one of my favorite fighters of all time, Frank Bruno. Now, it kind of hurts me because Frank wasn't beaten by was only beaten, I should say, by champions. But he was buzzed quite a few times by different fighters, but he was only beaten by champions. So it's just for me just to add him as an honorable mention. But to be honest, I'll probably not even. It was very, very difficult for me to actually put him on anywhere near this list. But if I had to be honest, I had to put him on the list anyway. In terms of an honorable mention, anyway. But another thing, one person I do not want to see in this list, for all those who actually do eventually make a list, and that's Roy Jones. Some people seem to think that, putting Roy Jones on this list is like a he factor. But I don't find anything funny about putting Roy Jones anywhere near this list. And anybody who actually does put Roy Jones on the list will need their fucking their chin checked themselves. Because Roy in his prime was had one of the best chins out there. So I just wanted to put that out there anyway. But in terms of my list, Vladimir Klitschko is on my list for the fighters I've seen. I know obviously he had a horrible chin before he actually met Emmanuel Stewart. But I still put him on the list. Fighters like Terry Norris. I've seen a couple of his fights. Yeah, it's kind of a hard one for me. This list is tough, but I thought, I'll put him on the list. Tommy Morrison, Michael Grant, Julian Jackson, like you said, Townbizz. Yeah. For me, Diego Corrales, God rest his soul, he was a little bit chinny. I wouldn't say he's one of the worst, but he was chinny. Victor Ortiz, well, lately. Bruce Seldon. It's a tough list, man, looking back and the fighters I've seen. But I'm just going to name my top three. And at number 3, Enzo Maccarinelli. That guy is chin. Nah, forget it. If you want to watch a fight, do Google on YouTube. If you haven't seen that Enzo Maccarinelli fight. His fight with what's his face? I can't remember his name now. But anyways, Google Enzo Maccarinelli, and then you can, he had a shitty chin. Still fighting today anyway. My number 2 is David Price. Forget about it. You could literally. Any heavyweight could blow, just probably fan him and he'll keel over. He had a horrible chin. Still has a horrible chin. One of the worst I've ever seen. If I'm totally honest, one of the worst. But my number 1 favorite is the one and only Amir Queen Khan. I have never seen anybody who's hit and their legs go into stanky leg mode. He's all over the place as soon as you even touch him. It's the worst chin I've ever seen in my lifetime. Amir Khan's chin is awful. Basically hit him in the body and he's all over the place. His punch resistance is nothing. His chin is awful. It is the worst chin I've ever seen. It's awful. Awful chin. Amir Khan is number 1. Anyway, that's my list. You know, obviously, whoever wants to make a vid, that's, you know, I hope that sort of clarifies my list. It's a tough question, Townbizz, man. It's a tough question, but good question anyway. Peace.